Hey, it's Adam, and in this 10-minute video, I'm going to share some powerful techniques with you about how to be sexually dominant in the bedroom. If you've been reading and watching my stuff for a while, you'll know that I regularly talk about sexual dominance. And the reason why I do this is simple. If you're a man and you want to give your woman incredible sexual pleasure, you have to be dominant in the bedroom, at least most of the time. Just before we move on and discuss why you must be sexually dominant if you want to give your woman incredible pleasure and how to do it, let me just make one thing very clear. You'll notice that whenever I talk to you about being dominant, I always say in the bedroom. That's very important. You see, only weak, insecure men try to be controlling and dominate their women outside of the bedroom. Outside of the bedroom, you should let your woman be her own person and have control over her life. Inside the bedroom, she wants you to be in control. Period. This leads us nicely into why women love sexually dominant men. The reason why women love sexually dominant men is because women are sexually submissive. This means that they don't want to take control in the bedroom. Now, if your woman doesn't want to take control, what do you think that means? Exactly. It means she wants you to be in control. And this is where many men make two huge mistakes in the bedroom, mistakes that prevent them from ever truly sexually satisfying their women. The mistakes are firstly, failing to understand that women are sexually submissive, and secondly, not acting in a dominant way. Some men know they should act in a dominant way, but still don't bother, sometimes out of laziness, sometimes because they don't know how, and sometimes because they are afraid to do so. Whatever the reason, men who won't step up and take control in the bedroom must face reality. And the reality for them is that they won't ever give their women the kind of sex they truly want. And many of these sexually unfulfilled women who go to bed with wimpy guys will only do so for so long. In the end, they'll most probably leave these guys or cheat to get better sex. So the case is clear. You need to be sexually dominant in the bedroom because your woman is sexually submissive and she doesn't want to take control. Now let's move on and talk about how to be sexually dominant. I could give you 1,000 different examples of how to take control in the bedroom and lead your woman through the kind of sexual experiences that will blow her mind. But I don't have time to give you 1,000 examples, and you probably don't have the time to watch. So instead, I'll give you five. Five sexual dominance techniques that you can use the very next time you get it on with your woman. Sexual dominance technique number one, be a caveman. Now, what do I mean when I say be a caveman? Well, when I say be a caveman, I simply mean that you should act as if you were a caveman. Here's a really nice, simple way you can do this. Put your woman over your shoulder, carry her to the bedroom, throw her gently down on the bed, and take her as you please. That's a simple example of sexual dominance that you can use tonight, and it sure beats asking or begging for sex, something a truly sexually dominant man would never do. Sexual dominance technique number two, tell her what you want. In the bedroom, wimpy men are afraid to tell their women what they want. But for sexually dominant men, nothing could be more natural. And guess what? Yeah, you got it. When you act in a dominant way and your woman knows that you respect her, she'll actually enjoy being told what to do. In fact, she'll love it. So if you want a blowjob, just tell her to give you one. If you want her to bend over so that you can do her doggy style, tell her to bend over. You get the idea. Don't underestimate this technique because it sounds too simple. The truth is that telling your woman what you want is a great example of sexual dominance, and she'll enjoy it tremendously. Sexual dominance technique number three, cable tie her hands. Restraining your woman in the bedroom is a powerful display of sexual dominance, and something that she'll likely enjoy a lot, providing you have a solid relationship with her. One of the easiest ways to restrain your woman is to buy some handcuffs from an adult store. But I'm not a fan of this because they are usually too easy for your woman to open, even without the keys, and this makes it less exciting for her. But I have a solution. Cable ties. Before I show you how to use these to best effect, a word of warning. The only way to remove cable ties is to cut them off with scissors. So whenever you use them, don't put them on too tight, otherwise it'll be very hard to cut them off safely. With a little thought and imagination, I made some cable tie handcuffs and used them with my girlfriend. And not only were they cheaper than handcuffs from an adult toy store, they were way more effective too. The basic cable tie handcuff technique works like this. Put one cable tie around each of her wrists, and then secure the two together with a third cable tie in the middle. Bingo, perfect handcuffs. Check out this picture and you'll see what I mean. By the way, you can get cable ties from most hardware or electronic stores, and they can be used in many ways in the bedroom. I've just shared one with you right here. Sexual dominance technique number 4, tease her. Another way to show your woman that you are in control in the bedroom is to tease her. If you get good at teasing your woman, you'll have her literally begging you for more on a regular basis. Teasing is a great technique to use during foreplay to ramp up your woman's sexual excitement. I'll give you a ridiculously effective and very dominant example of teasing your woman right now. A couple of weeks ago, I was at home with my girlfriend. I led her to the kitchen, where I happen to have chairs made of metal and leather. Naturally, the metal is very easy to secure things to. So I sat her on the chair, tied her wrists to the arms of the chair, using cable ties, and I teased her. I really teased her. And there was nothing she could do about it except enjoy my dominance and everything I was doing to her. Yes, it takes balls to act this dominantly, but the pleasure you'll give your woman when you treat her like this, and the pleasure she'll give you back in return, makes it more than worth the effort. Sexual dominance technique number 5. Tell her when to have an orgasm. In this, the final part of this video on sexual dominance, I'd like to talk to you about a very powerful sexual technique that you can use to give your woman an orgasm. Telling your woman when to have an orgasm and having her obey you is perhaps the greatest display of dominance of all, and one that is incredibly fulfilling for both you and her alike. Here's an example of how you can do this. Let's say that you are stimulating your woman's G-spot in order to give her a vaginal orgasm. Naturally, you'll be talking dirty to her as you do this. When you feel that she is close to coming, you should start to say things like this to her. You love it when I touch you like this, don't you? Then say, you want to come for me, don't you, baby? Then, as you can tell that she is right on the verge of having an orgasm, say this to her, come for me, baby. As she starts to have her orgasm, keep telling her to come for you. What you are doing is getting her to associate her orgasm with your voice. The first time you do this, you are expertly timing what you are saying to how she is reacting to what your fingers are doing to her. But after a while, you'll notice that she becomes more and more responsive to your voice. It's possible to take this to a level where you can tell her to come and she'll do it for you over and over again. When you do this, she'll think of you as a sex god. Guaranteed. I've shared some powerful information with you in this video. You now know that women are sexually submissive and that you must be sexually dominant in order to give your woman great sex. And you also have 5 easy to use, powerfully effective dominance techniques that you can try out with your woman immediately. Of course, to give your woman truly great sex, you need to combine being sexually dominant with some tried and tested orgasm techniques. In my book, Outrageous Orgasms, I'll teach you a lot more about sexual dominance, and I'll show you some orgasm techniques that you can use to totally blow your woman's mind. If you want to be a much better lover, grab your copy right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.